Well, hello, darlings. It's Miss Tia. I hope you're all doing well today. Now, a couple days ago, we talked about the Sebastian Rogers case and how some people be acting, some of these creators on these YouTube streets be acting towards that case. Well, darlings, they just keeping on, and it seemed like some of them even be getting worse. Now, we talked about Dolly Vision getting all mad when he was down there because the United Cajun Navy told him to leave. Well, it seemed like that people, I don't know, they get all offended because the people just don't want them out there, streaming and making content for a channel when this is really about the missing child. It don't have nothing to do with what they're going to be showing on their YouTube page. So, supposedly, they're supposed to be going down there to help search. Well, neither JLR nor Dolly Vision did no searching. And let me tell you how I know, especially for Dolly Vision, that this don't have nothing to do with helping a missing child and trying to find a missing child. Because he's done come out now and he stated that he would go and help search if the United Cajun Navy would apologize to him. Excuse me, sir. So what you saying is this all about you? Because you got to get yourself an apology from those people like they did something wrong to you. That's what you worried about. You not be worried about this boy that's missing and you help search for the boy. Because if that was the case, you wouldn't have no kind of, criteria that needs to be met before you be doing any searching. So go on with yourself and take your little self on back to Virginia and get back on your little show where people can call in and then you can just continue to gripe about how, everybody didn't just cater to Dolly. Go on. Oh, my word. And then we got Betty. Bullhorn Betty. Now, granted, she ain't even down in Tennessee. She ain't even go down there. But, Lord, she got to get in it. She got to insert herself because, she going to have to be the protector, because she didn't like the way that the Cajun Navy, how they, addressed Dolly Vision and JLR, telling them to go on and get off the property. So she gonna come up and she gonna be the savior. She gonna make the threats. She gonna, tell everybody what she gonna do to them. Come on, girl, go on with your little self. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna sue somebody? I mean, you get on there and you start be talking about, well, they wouldn't be acting like that if Bullhorn Betty came down there. What? You think they scared of you? What? Like, okay, so then she be saying that, well, Betty don't answer to the United Cajun Navy. And Betty don't answer to law enforcement. Oh, you don't? Well, I bet you be answering to law enforcement if they put some pretty little bracelets on your wrist. Or no, you going to be one of those ones kicking and screaming and fighting and spitting and doing all that kind of stuff. That's what you're going to be doing? Or what? Oh, you going to threaten law enforcement? You going to sue them. That's what you're going to do. Right, girlfriend? That's what you're going to do? You going to sue them? No, go on with yourself. Ain't nobody scared of you. And you keep making threats like they going to be spitting sequence from your bullhorn out their mouths for a year. So what, you threatening you going to assault them with your bullhorn? That what you going to do? Girl, go on with yourself. Just stay out of stuff. Focus on them court cases you already got going on, because I hear there be a couple of them. Lord have mercy. And then we get another one. Now this one was, I don't even know. Okay, allegedly with Britney J. Well, apparently a couple nights ago, she had a live stream. And she has some people up on her panel like she always do. And they be talking about the stepfather of Sebastian, and they, talking about his parents. And the parents, the mama and the stepdaddy, their last name is Proudfoot. Well, I guess Britney and the people on her panel thought that'd be a Native American name. And so they gonna make fun. they start talking about, they gonna not refer to them as the Proudfoots, they gonna be the steak feet, or the steak foot. What? And if they had done just a little bit of research, because, see, these people get on here and they start mouthing, but they ain't researched not one thing. If they would have done a little bit of research, they would have realized that Proudfoot is not even a Native American name. It's like Scottish or something like that. Okay. They thought it was. They kept saying American Indian. That's what they kept on saying. And they mocking and they making fun. And then somebody even on a panel say something about Native Americans have a tendency to be alcoholics and have a bad temper. So we gonna stereotype. And then, you're talking about that while you're talking about Sebastian's stepfather and his mama. So what's the implication you're making right there? Like, come on now. But this is the thing that really got Miss Tia. Well, some people called Britney out because also on that panel, they was talking about Sebastian, and he has a problem with, having accidents and, wetting his pants. And so sometimes he has to wear a pull-up. And so they referring to that, and, he should be grown out of that by now. He's 15 years old. So they're going to express their, thoughts on that. And somebody on the panel say, well, children that do that, that's a sign of, like, trauma, like abuse, like even, like, sexual abuse, like SA. And then Britney be over there and she say, yeah, that's where I was going with that. Yeah, I agree. So they putting that upon this boy when there's absolutely no evidence whatsoever that occurred to this child. None whatsoever. Well, Britney got a lot of negative attention about that because people not be liking that she do that. So, she gonna make an apology video. I think she call it family meeting or something like that. And so, she say this need to be addressed. So she start talking about the things that people, have pretty much called her out for. And, somewhat making an apology. But then on the essay part, she said she didn't say that. She didn't agree with nobody. There was no implications there. And then, after she, do this addressing of this and, apologizing if somebody was offended about the mocking of the name and stuff like that, then she basically, it's like when somebody be talking to you and they say, well, I really didn't mean that, but. Well, then once they say the but, that means everything I said before the but, just disregard that because I didn't mean it. That's typically what happens. Well, when she's making this apology video and she's going to be addressing this situation, when she finished saying all the stuff, then she say, well, if you don't like what my content is, nobody has to watch. Just don't watch me then. And get an attitude. Like, so you don't want people to be watching you because you don't want people to see the stuff you might be doing that need to have yourself called out. Girl, you know better than this stuff. You absolutely know better. And so that kind of stuff needs to stop. You should be ashamed of yourself. And girl, when you go make an apology, don't make it unless you're sincere. Don't even waste our time or your time by making an apology if you're not sincere about what you be saying. There's no reason to be doing that. Hoo-wee, I tell you what. Sometimes these streets make Miss Tia wonder. I just wonder what be going on. Why people be acting this way. They ought to know better. All right, darlings. Well, Miss Tia gonna be getting on off of here. But Miss Tia, I'll be seeing you soon. Y'all have a good day, darlings. Bye now.